How's it going, guys? The Mentors LA here. Today we're back with another video. Today we are going to be talking and taking our time to talk about the Svengali deck. Now, before you guys click off to another video and be like, oh, the Svengali deck sucks, it's an old thing, no one uses it, it's the stupidest thing, I'm going to show you how to take the greatest trick deck of all time and actually do some pretty decent stuff with it. And at the end, I'm going to show you something with the Svengali deck you probably haven't even heard of. So, I hope you guys sit back, relax, and let's get right into how to use the Svengali deck. And quick note, this is not a tutorial for beginners on how to use the Svengali deck. Now, this is a more advanced, more intermediate way of using it, but it's not hard. It is a Svengali deck, it works by itself, but there will be some slight implemented later. So, what I want you and I suggest you to do is like learn the Svengali deck and then come back after if you want to learn different ways of after getting used to the Svengali deck. So, okay guys, for tip number one, this is a very interesting and this is probably the most important one out of all the ones I'm going to share. It's one of the ones that I admire the most, is when you do a Svengali deck routine, I see this so much where you say, okay, and I want you to know that all the cards are different, correct? Now, I don't have nothing wrong with that. It's part of the pattern or whatever, but I think that it's just such a thing. Why would you tell them all the cards are different? You just told them all the cards are different. If you want to do it subtly to ensure that later on you're going to be doing a surprise where all the cards are the same, just show them the cards and they'll see that the cards are indefinitely different. Now, a way to do it without having to tell them the cards are different is actually having to do an overhand shuffle. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but when you do an overhand shuffle with a Svengali deck, the cards rarely show up. So you can show 7, that's 4, that's 3, that's 2, that's 6, that's 8. You can go ahead and show them and say, hey, we're gonna give the cards a little bit of shuffle, show them all the cards are different. Go ahead and give it a cut, tell them to cut it, or gesture to cut because people don't know how to cut sometimes. So the card, and they go ahead and cut to any card, and of course they cut to the force card, the 2 of hearts. Alright guys, for tip number 2, this is going to be actually more of a expansion on the Svengali deck, because the Svengali deck is not only used for the Svengali deck routine. I mean, you can use it just as a force, one-way force deck with extra cards implemented to give an illusion that they're all different. So you could go ahead and do whatever way of displaying that you want, and then go ahead and tell them you could go cut it, and then just force the card to them. And then you could just have it appear somewhere, go through the window, or go through the table, or in the box, or any kind of way you want to present the card, that's up to you. And you could even do it in a way of spreading. Just tell me when to stop, and just stop them on a force card. Just give them the force card, and that's their card. This is just a quick, and it's not even a tip, it's more of an announcement that you don't have to necessarily do the original Svengali deck routine only with it. You can just use it as a force. Now, without further ado, guys, let's get into tip number 3. So, guys, tip number 3, using the Svengali as an Acan. Now, this is great on spectators. So, all it is you get to literally force them any card they want. They go ahead and see it. Let's say 2 of hearts. Put it back, whatever. Do your overhand shuffle and be more chaotic with it if you want. And then go ahead and just name any number. And that's where it's going to be. So, let's say they say, I don't know, this is 3. Let's say they say 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if it's not the force card here, which is not in that case, 7, then you say 7. Now this card right here will be the 2 of hearts. So you just do one more. And if it is the 7th, you just turn it over. So using the Svengali deck as an Acan is very, very powerful. You could even use it as a one-handed Acan. I've done that before for a Magic thing that we did on Illusionist's server, where all I did was I did a tribute, and I just count down one by one, and wherever they said that's where the card would be, that's where the card would be, and I just turned it over. That'd be the 2 of hearts. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into tip number 4 and 5. They are going to be linked, so let's get right into it. This is very interesting in the sense that I've never seen really anyone do it, and only because it's a little convoluted, but there's so many amazing things you could do with it once you know how it's done. The only problem is you need to know how to hear the cards, if that makes any sense, and as well as you could see the cards. So if you have a good eye with both eyes and don't have cataracts and stuff in your eyes, then this would be fine. So basically all you're gonna do is riffle down like this, and then when you riffle down like this, you're gonna notice that you show different cards. You don't show the force card, you show the indifferent cards. So for example, if you flip through and let's say they stop right here at the 10 of diamonds, all you're gonna need to do is hear every snap, or you could look at every line, and whatever line that is, you just multiply it by 2. That's how many cards are over the 10 of diamonds. For example, you could also just do this where you have it here, 10 of diamonds once again, and then you just let it go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16. And then this card on top is 17. So that means that card should be 17 cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is the 10 of diamonds. So this is a very nice, subtle principle. I never really seen anyone really do it, only because, like I said, it's very convoluted, it's very hard, and it's kind of something you just kind of need to master, because you got to make sure that you have a light fingertip, because you will hear every single snap, and then you have to be fast at doing the multiplication, which is just 2s, so it's not really hard. But if you're like me, where it's a little harder for you to process that, then it will be a little more difficult. Oh, tip number 5 actually is an effect that actually goes with the one we just did. So this is just a quick memory effect of how many cards could be down. For example, you can have a speed memory test where you can look through the cards really fast, and of course they're all forced, and every other one is a force card, which is the 2 hearts. So you look through really fast, and then you say, I remember all the cards. Tell them to pick up any number of cards. Now you could either fake and say, that's actually the 2 of hearts next, and then you show them the 2 of hearts. Or you can do it for reals and listen to every snap. So in this case, every snap would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is 10. So 18 plus 1, that'd be 19. So you say, this sounds like 19 cards. They count, it's exactly 19 cards, which they already, they're starting to lose it. And then you say, and I remember at the 20th position is the 2 of hearts. And now you seem like the most incredible memorizer of all time, and you could show them that effect. So that's another more advanced effect with the Svengali deck, but it is a fun one if you want to perform that one. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed these little 5 tips for the Svengali deck, or 5 tips and a little bit of tricks. But these are something that I really love, and these are like very subtle things that like not a lot of people do. And if you want to like do a little different in like a Svengali deck and take your magic to the next level, this is something that can help you out a little bit. I don't think this is revolutionary, I don't think this is mind changing, but I hope this is a little different, that you see things, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Without further ado guys, thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, comment. It helps me out so much, and it lets me know you're supporting me in all my videos. So without further ado guys, thank you guys so much. See ya.